Hey there guys, it's Metro. I started a few minutes early. For you guys, I still have to do one thing before we start. But I want you to listen to this music while we wait, man. This is amazing. I don't know how long this has been in the game, but it is amazing. This is the beta login screen music. Unbelievable. Give me 1 minute and then I'll be doing the stream properly. Alright, sorry. Just had to take care. Sorry, I did not plan on streaming today, but the stuff I had to do IRL went faster than I expected it to, so I figured might as well, since a lot of people were commenting like I really need to try this out. Did you guys hear that music, by the way? This is the best loading screen music ever. It's very short though. I think this was like this in Dragonflight 2 though, and they ended up like adding to it at some point. I remember people being like really mad that it was so short. But yeah, PK Brightside, man. What's up, man? How the hell are you? Long time no see. Glad to see you, man. Thanks very much for the generosity before via the super chat. What is that? Gadget Sand, what? Fuck is that? Anyway, yeah, what's up everybody though? Christopher and Hero. I'm not gonna be on too long, probably only about 3 hours today. But I want to test it out. I want to see it because people were saying that, you know, it's like it's not what it sounds like. It's way easy. It's way better. Like it's not really doing anything. Like I gotta figure it out for myself. There's a lot of conflicting information. So, how are you finding Bloody K so far in the beta? Well, I don't know. Before this, they were fucking awesome. So we'll see. That's why I wanted to get on and test it. So one big change apparently is Bonestorm now reduces the CD of Dancing Rune Weapon, and they did nerf consumption, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that totally, and we'll go back to Bonestorm, and then we need another talent point. So I guess we'll take Sanguine Ground again or something. Maybe at this point we should take Heartbreaker again. I'm good, brother. Nice to see you live. My pleasure. You hyped me so much up for this expansion. I get all bogged down from the story being potentially lame. Oh yeah, I mean the story's actually gonna be awesome, dude. I think the story's gonna be amazing. What did we draw? Oh yeah, we don't have Gorfians yet. Alright, we'll just do Sanguine Ground since I don't normally play with Heartbreaker and I want to test what the runic power changes look like. You mean Bone Stone? Yep. That's the one. From what I've heard about the tank changes on beta, everything mostly feels the same. Yeah, which is really shocking to me. So I want to test it out. I just joined. Probably many people asked this already, but how does blood feel after nerfs? I just started, so can't answer that. Sorry. Okay, I also need to quickly take a look at the damage type weak aura because I got that updated. What a positive influence. Thanks, man. I mean, I'm hyped for sure. Let's find out then. Yes, we will definitely find out. Okay, I need to find that in my email real quick. I don't remember when it was sent to me. That was a while ago. I think I saved it in my Discord, didn't I? I pinned it. Yes. Alright, cool. I'm going to post this in chat for you guys too, because it is now a fully updated For the War Within version of the weak aura that I look at as the most important weak aura I've ever used in my life. So having this on is absolutely not optional. And yeah, I'm sure other people will also feel that way. So yeah, somebody in our community hooked us up. Very, like, frankly, just a genius. And he was able to figure it out, and now it's working. So make sure it works, I guess. But I'm not gonna be able to. Is there tank dummies here? No, I don't think so. I asked a healer yesterday how they felt about tanks. They said Blood DK and Prop Pally felt the worst to heal. Well, that's, you know, that doesn't say much, because like Blood DK, it's hard to know why they're saying that. I've heard so many people like, I hate healing Blood DK. I can never tell if they're gonna die. It's like, no, that means you don't heal them, and that means they're easy. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and just get right to it. Yeah, I posted that in the chat for you guys if you need it. Classic Blizzard scared the shit out of the whole community, and it turns out it's mostly the same. Well, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing, because that means if they are, like, unless they're literally just typing shit for no actual reason. There is a tank dummy? Oh, really? Unless they're just typing shit for no actual reason, it means they're probably not done with the work on it. Where is it? I thought maybe it would say tank dummy. This guy? This guy. No. Alright, it's all good. We'll just go do a dungeon, and I'm sure it works. Didn't attack me. It's all good. Are we lagging? Is this the game, or is it us? There's no tank dummies in Stormwind? Yeah, I didn't think there was. Alright, all good. So anyway, we gotta get a key, I guess. It's kind of terrifying that they're still figuring out one big change 1 month before release. Bro, less than 1 week before pre-patch. That's the scariest part. That's the thing that bothers me the most about all this. Oh yeah, and so do we have a weak aura for Bone Storm now? I can't remember if we got one set up. Looks like it. Hopefully it works. And what do we have to do with Bone Storm? We basically only want to use it when we're at 10 Bone Shield, which is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to do. Do we know if the tank changes go live with the pre-patch? I don't have 100% confirmation on this, but people I trust are telling me that it is also like it's that way on the beta and the PTR, meaning it will come next week as well. And will we be able to run Mythic Plus during the off season? Definitely. It's like ultra lag. I don't know if it's me or what. Well, we got a 10 Grimbatol. I guess we can just try that. Because 10s are, like, last time I did it, 10s were way easier than 5s because of the scaling.
Interesting. Have a good one.
Hey Tolo, what's up? Welcome. Thanks for the submission. Not gonna lie, I stack mastery on my Blood DK. When I Death Strike, I hit the Blood Shield cap. 104% mastery currently. Consequences of my Unholy Gearing. On live while you hit the cap with 1 Death Strike? I don't think that's how it works. Either have very, very low health or, yeah, I don't know, something weird about that. I'm sure this is going to go swimmingly. Hey, there's the guy who fixed the fucking damage type weak aura for us, so we'll see how it goes. First dungeon in a couple weeks. I really like that Bone Storm now counts towards that. Well, that's incredibly powerful. So if that is actually the way it's supposed to be now, it's kind of fucked up that it wasn't that way this whole time, because people were already basing their decisions on like 4 weeks of it not working. So that, I don't, yeah, this is going to be very hard to play now. This is going to make Blood DK very hard to play. But if you play it well, it's going to be crazy. How much does it actually snap off? It's 10 if you use 10, right? Or it can't go to 12, can it? So the full 50 seconds. Yeah, and they buff Bone Storm's damage, so it seems like they really want people taking that. Five seconds off, so it can only consume 10 Bone Shield charges. It can't consume 12. So now there's 12, right, with the new talent, Bone Collector. Wait, that's not the talent. What's the talent that gives that? There's a talent that gives you 12 stacks now. I don't remember which one's which. Anyway, but DK seems really strong. Oh yeah, it's really awkward because it desyncs Dancing Rune Weapon and Tombstone now. It may be optimal to use those on CD. Yeah, I think so. We'll see how it plays out. Somebody leave. Somebody just didn't join. That's the talent above Tombstone. Oh, right, yeah. So Bone Shield only takes 10 no matter what. It says consumes your Bone Shield charge, so I wasn't sure. Equinox did some 11 keys last night and said it felt fine, but that he could feel a difference. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously me and these people aren't the same, so I'll be testing it myself for sure. If we could find a healer. How's Blood feeling after tanks get shafted? I've yet to do a key. Let you know in a little bit. I'll be making another video on this probably this weekend at this point because this seems very important. How are tanks feeling, mate? I haven't done a key yet. Oh my god. Guys, we just started the stream. Do you not realize that? That's why I'm here, Metro. Is it because I started late? I guess probably. Because normally I start like an hour ago, right? My bad. I had some things this morning and I didn't realize. What is this guy? RPing? My kin, what has happened here? Anyway, thoughts on the clarification of some Blood DK nerfs and Fort nerfed yesterday? No, currently none. I want you to take as much as more than anybody else. Nice, man. Well, I appreciate you saying that. How are tanks feeling after 14 minutes? I'm probably quitting the game after this, honestly. It's been a really bad 14 minutes. The Fort nerf is nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see that too. So we also have the new Affix, which I've yet to do. So let me know if you guys know anything about that. You guys probably have done it already. RP back, mate. Don't be rude. Yeah, my bad. I probably should have. Alright, let's see what happened here. I found the Bone Storm CDR and Dancing Rune was so big of a difference that I didn't know the other reductions in survivability. I'm really curious what your experience is. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That sounds like a huge, huge change. I have a feeling people who tank for fun will stay DPS and tanks will play what they want regardless. Oh. Okay, that's a weird bug. Well, what was that alliance thing there? Alright. Yeah, Dancing Rune up and now this. And we're back. Dancing Rune is pretty much up again. That's crazy. Should have kept pulling though. Between the fort nerf and all the other stuff, it's hard to... The problem is, though, now these spells aren't going to be up. Like, by the time they're up again, it's going to be... You know what I mean? Like, it's too late. I won't want to use them when they're up again. It's kind of weird. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Where are we taking damage from? Nothing. Well, the damage type Weaker works. It's just way different looking than I normally have it, so I have to change that. Rock Alley. My favorite part about Blood DK is pressing Dancing Rune Weapon. Gotcha. So it makes me wonder, like, should I just wait to use these spells? I guess I could use Tombstone now, right? I guess I can use Bone Storm. I have 10 stacks. It's just probably wasted there, right? Okay, what is this thing? You have to just attack the shield, or can you purge this, or what is this? Why does it have just a shield? And what does it give you? Just a crit chance improve? Oh, that sucks. That's awful. This is taking very long to die. Are we scaled to the right item level? 597. No, 613. That's high, isn't it? This does free us to use Tombstone defensively more. Yes, that's true. It's gonna go really big here. Getting hammered. Purgatory popped already. Room opens up. Bone Storm. Tombstone. Room opens back up pretty much. Getting popped. Just absolutely slapped. But Deathstrike's still fucking absolutely carrying. Like, pretty much no change at all. Just, I guess, taking more damage overall. Afternoon Bandit. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Is you DK and undead? No, human. Oh, down. My favorite bug. Yeah, still definitely in danger of dying all the time. Deathstrike's still healing an absolute enormous amount. What is it? Where's this buff thing that we have for Deathstrike? What's it supposed to be? Where's that red circle on that mob? They're still getting fucking hammered constantly. So they definitely didn't make it less spiky. Still in danger of being one-shot constantly. Yeah, where is it? I don't know. Coagulated blood. I don't see it. Oh, it's this thing. 2.5 million. Huh. It's hard to read because it keeps moving. Okay. Didn't they say they didn't want that to be the case? Yeah, basically, like, yeah, it's the exact same as it was last time I tested it. Little voice acting for the Affix now, I guess. It's really a terrible spot. Can't really turn my back to fight that, and of course, because of that, we have to aggro trash now. Yeah, the mastery change is gigantic, though. I can already tell. Look how much damage we're taking there, and look at how little Blood Shield did there. So they basically just nerfed the spec. They didn't give us anything to compensate for it, looks like. I was watching Dorky last night. He said the changes are noticeable, but not as crazy as people thought. I mean, I guess there's a lot of people who didn't have good expectations of what they were, but so far it feels like I'm nerfed pretty substantially. And I did not get any I do not take less physical damage. Yeah, basically just like more spiky, if anything, because we don't have the mastery. We'll just do that again, even though we wiped it. At the end of the day, the deaths are the dungeon, though. Like, the shit's just fucking hard. Look at how much damage we're taking from this. We just took 4 million damage from a regular ability the mob casts. It's really hard to give feedback on this because the dungeons are just fucking hard. He said Demon Hunter was clearly the best to him at the moment. Oh, yeah. 25% more bone shield armor from strength is a rounding error. Yeah, basically. I think every video it has been basically like the tanks are dead and kite meta is back. And at this point, I mean, are you watching it go down? I don't know. It ain't good. This is what non-spiky looks like. I don't know. I was wanting to play Blood DK hard in the War Within, but then they surprised us with those amazing changes. I mean, it's still blood. Like, look at the healing chart, right? Basically, nothing changed. If you didn't know the changes happened, you probably wouldn't be aware that they happened. But that's bad, because they said that they were doing other things besides nerfs. And that's not happened at all. Like, I don't know if they were talking about Blood DK or what, but, like, it's clearly not less spiky in it, really, in any way. And the only reason it feels powerful is because rune weapon's up constantly now. Did I fuck that up? Why is it only 50 seconds? I can't even tell if Bone Shield's doing good. I guess my weak core's not working either. It doesn't look like it's doing good. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, come on, man. I almost just got one shot from a regular mob. 2 mobs casting 1 ability, that's it. Permanent uptime on Dancing Rune Weapon? Well, it's not, yeah, it did get nerfed, right? Like, the change to that looks good on paper, but in reality, the spell got nerfed substantially because of the other changes. So, it's a buff, but it's not as big of a buff as you might think. If it was in before, we could have given a better approximation of how big of a buff it was versus how big of a nerf this is. But since we don't actually have any data to go on from before, it's impossible to really compare it. Is the gear supposed to be the item level you have for a Mythic 10? I have no idea. Seems to me like Blizzard just like randomly assigned values based on the number of the gear, like the gear levels that we're gonna have once the game launches. I'm not sure why they assign these values. I wish they just made the changes at the start of beta. And right, I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest complaint right now. Is that every change they made up until this point made you think one thing was happening, and now the opposite's happened. This might be gripped or something. Pre-patch will probably be the real beta. That's why I wasn't initially planning on testing anything today, because I felt like the pre-patch would just be the place to test it. But what is Sky Fury? Oh, that's the new Wind Fury thing. Bone Storm's alright, I guess. Metro, how do I make a max level character on beta? You have to go to the This Is 11 realm. Feels bad to see going downhill. I mean, that's the beta at the end of the day. You don't want to get your eggs in one basket too early, but considering it's so close, it was definitely not expected. Timing of these changes is the worst part of it. They have no time to get it right. Right, they're gonna basically be doing it during the pre-patch. Is this pre-Death Strike change? No. So we can ignore Mastery? I mean, I think Mastery is still the second best defensive stat, right? It's just nerfed. Maybe Haste is better now because of the lack of runic power you're gaining, though? I don't know. I don't really feel starved for runic power at all, though, yet. But I'm somebody who usually sits on runic power too vigorously. Whereas most people probably spend it way more actively. The only thing I never got an answer to was the 60% stamina thing. Is that already in? I have no idea, but you can always go back in the previous stream and see if you can find out how much health I had, and I'll tell you. It was in last week? Oh, so just 1 week? I mean, on the poll, I mean, we did have rune weapon up, but like, I didn't really take any damage there. I think it's just really unnoticeable. But we're still getting hit like fucking absolutely crazy. The dancing rune weapon change, the nerf to it is probably the biggest nerf. And then the potential buff to Bone Shield or Bone Storm interacting with it is probably the biggest actual buff. They don't want tanks to heal like a healer and DPS like a DPS. Well, they didn't do that right. Right? I mean, like, what? They didn't do anything. Like, what am I looking at here? It says like, well, you failed, so what does that mean? Are you gonna just stop, or are you gonna keep trying until you get it right? Like, I don't know what to think. Whoa, is the Rock Ellie taunting the boss? What's that about? Pre-patch is gonna feel like a post-beta? Yeah, pretty much. Is that a change to Rock Ellie, or is it a bug with the fight? This fight's a lot easier now, though, yeah. Not for that guy. It's really weird that Rock Ellie is taunting. To fight harder. To be honest, if Delves are really good, I will do that instead. Yeah, you can definitely do both, yeah. Bone Storm feels good though. It's effectively unnoticeable, but you notice when you use it because of the dancing rope and stuff. How do the changes feel? It feels like they did nothing. It feels like they just nerfed the spec, basically. I just got nerfed, that's it. They nerfed crucial CDs about the spec, and that's it. No, like, philosophical change has happened to the spec whatsoever. And this is after, like, 10 minutes of gameplay, so I don't know. Probably need to wait a little bit longer, but still. I'm watching the weak ore for correctness and not seeing you take any magic damage. Let's get hit by this and see. No, Shadow Flame. Just need to make it larger so I can see all the text properly. The extra time on dragons looks nice. Yeah, this fight's a lot easier now. Is this Unholy DK doing something wrong, or did they get nerfed that bad? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Obviously, this group's struggling like severely. Amazingly, Vengeance was meta for what, 5 seasons now? No, it was only just the last 2 seasons. Blood has been the meta spec for a long time over the years, so it's not really surprising. Blood was meta pretty much every season in Legion, and the first season in BFA, and the last 2 seasons in Shadowlands. Vengeance was overpowered in Shadowlands too, just because they were able to kite in that first season, and they kind of became useless again. Wasn't Prot Warrior the meta for every season of BFA? Now it's season 1 now. On beta, you have people trying different builds or even specs they never played. Yeah, no doubt. I'm not worried about that much. Ain't no way we spawn here. Oh yeah, they're commenting in fact that they spawn all the way at the back. So that's the guy who went offline, the guy you were talking about. But yeah, as you see, Bone Storm is actually a capable single target damage dealer now. Pretty substantial change to that spell. How is the new and improved Death Strike feeling? Basically, I would say no change. It's just slightly worse, that's it. The big change is Blood Shield. So if you're asking like the combination of Death Strike plus Blood Shield, yeah, that's huge. But other than that, it's like, nah, really no change. Just been nerfed because of Dancing Rune been nerfs. Them not knowing that's the spawn makes me think it's their first time. Oh, it's absolutely their first time here. You see those guys getting knocked off by the knockback on the Drake over and over again? This guy got killed by that Drake every single time the knockback came out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Bone Storm. Is this guy not coming back? Probably. This is like staying permanently as well. Is this a feature now? I don't really... I think it's meant to go away. I don't remember why. It's definitely not on the screen permanently. It's just not loaded. It's meant to not load in combat or out of combat, I think, right? What is your mastery? Start of the season might be generating low amounts of blood shields. Let's see. 39% only, so yeah, not great. That's why I want to test this in the pre-patch more than anything. I've really only been here for the transmog run and maybe time walking. Oh, you mean to this dungeon? It's gonna be hey man, what's up? It's gonna be a lot of learning then. Alright, I think we're done here. It's good. Are you having more or less fun with the Death Strike change? Oh, it's not. Not really a fun thing. I will now play with Bone Storm pet out on my Blood DK. Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. Whoa, did he just snap down there? That's crazy. Not in time, sorry. Is this after the changes? Yes. It should be. It must be. I don't see how it wouldn't be. Okay, we're there. Let's see. I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about the tank stuff, but I'm mega worried about the tuning out of like 5 of 8 instances. Right, that was kind of my point the other day as well. Like, there's way bigger issues than tank stuff, which is also a bad thing because they're making these crazy changes to something that's like fine as it is. Like, and then the dungeons are in this weird state. Would it be better if the weak ore now represented damage in millions? Yeah, probably. Let's go ahead and make some adjustments to it. First of all, why is this not working? Oh, consumption, that's why. Everything else is right, I think. Yes. I'll add a setting to change the units. All right, thank you very much. What's the best looking hero talents, you mean? Sandland basically has no visuals to it, unfortunately. You were talking about the Gargoyle enchant? Hey, Sniffle, long time no see. What the hell, long time no see, man. You were talking about the Gargoyle enchant for the video. I'm going to try it out right now. Good point. Let's try that out right now. Because I do think that's going to be better now. Having, like, burst defense and offense is just not valuable now. Sage, what's up, buddy? Sniffle says raids will be fine, but Mythic Plus, both dungeons tuning and tank tuning is questionable. Yeah, the dungeons are way harder than I think any season has ever been before. That sucks. Think they would add some blood visual stuff to Sandland. It's very weird that they haven't. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm always around, man. Just depends on if I feel like chiming in. Oh, cool. Well, I appreciate you saying that and being consistent. All right. Let's try Stone Skin Gargoyle. Because this is now 6% armor and 6% stats. Which is already, I think this is a very good enchant. It's just on like a mathematical average. In the past, Fallen Crusader was better. So I don't know. It's hard to quantify still. You need to do the math on that, but let's try it out. I think like having burst defense is not really valuable right now. All right. Anyway, let's just try. I guess we'll have to go back and get a 10 again, right? Is that a new change? Well, they nerfed Fallen Crusader, but not by a lot. So kind of just hoping that it's better. But Fallen Crusader's up 65% of the time. Well, let's take a look at that last time so we can see. I'm excited to finally go back to Legion numbers. Oh, yeah. I don't really care about the numbers much, but I can see why people say that. Auras. That's it, right? Unholy Blade, 53% uptime. So 18% times 18 times 0.53. So it's effectively a 9.4% strength increase over the course of the dungeon. And that's comparing it to this, which is a 6% strength increase over the course of the dungeon, but also increases. So presumably the strength and the armor double dip, right? And then it also increases stamina. So with strength, you only get defense from the armor conversion and parry. But with Stone Skin Gargoyle, you get all of that plus stamina and extra armor on top of that. So I don't know how this works. The 6% armor is what you have before you have it on. Because obviously 6% more stats means 6% more stamina and strength, which strength gives you more armor from the Bone Shield change. So it's very confusing. I'm not the right guy to ask for that. Is Blood Drinker a viable ability? I used it last time we tested it and it was very, very good, but it's only per single target, so it's not really that good in Mythic Plus. How's the changes feeling? TLDR, it feels like they just nerfed us. Like, the Mastery's gotten nerfed to the ground, and Dancing Room Weapon's been nerfed. Now that's not including the Bone Storm change. If this was in the game prior, it would be a very sizable nerf to Blood Decay. They did not smooth out our spikiness really at all. From what I'd say, it's maybe like 1 out of 10 they smoothed it out. And in terms of our survival, we just heal less. That's all it is. So no structural changes to the spec. But you can't ignore the fact that they've now made Bone Shield or Bone Storm interact with Dancing Rune Weapons, whatever this spell is called, Insatiable Blade spell. So it's almost like it's not really a change. You also have more consistency with Stone Skin, while Fallen Crusader could drop at a bad time. That's how I've always felt about it, but... Planning on giving your feedback to Blizz? Maybe. I don't know how to. Like, they fucked this all up with the testing that it's, like, impossible to give a stable environment. And I don't really have enough time to be, like, scientifically accurate with it, you know? Like, I did one dungeon. This game sucks. I don't want to be one of those guys, you know what I mean? I don't like people like that. I fucking hate people like that, actually. Don't... Not dislike, hate. People like that really piss me off, so I don't want to be one of those guys. We'll just try. What's the lag going on here, man? Let's try this again. Does it mean 6% more haste? No, it's only main stat. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's only main stat. That's an understatement for you. I can't stand people who do that. Equinox said on stream changes aren't bad at all. He's just timed 12 necrotic. Does that guy main Blood DK though? Isn't that guy a monk? Alright, anyway, let's try it again. The people who piss me off are the ones that say, this looks so bad, I'm not even going to try it. Right, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. He's a monk main, but he plays them all. Gotcha. But does he play Blood DK like right now in Season 4 actively? The armor gain with Stone Skin, it's... Oh, this guy's a fucking genius, so he's about to explain it all, by the way. Is 12.3% all the time, plus other stat benefits. Fallen Crusader is 9% average, jumping between 0 and 18%. Stone Skin will probably feel better overall, especially with more stamina. Right, the stamina now is really crucial. Because of the blood shield change, it's like now we're even more interested in stamina. Because now we're more likely to hit the blood shield cap on every death strike. It needs to do all of them to be competitive? I don't know if I would say that. I mean, it's basically a defensive pick, right? Like, it's this very small offensive benefit. And then it's effectively just, you're basically trading that small self-heal for a consistent amount of stamina. I do appreciate your level-headed approach in that matter. Lots of streamers are just hot-taking for views. Yeah, I probably should do that shit, dude, but I just don't, like, I don't think of the game that way. Like, the game is above me. I'm not gonna use it. I fucking hate people who do that, too, as well. Like Bellular, right? How many times have we talked about this, but... People who use the game to make money and don't respect the game, I have no respect for back. That mage is 2,500 on beta? Oh, yeah, but that's really easy to get, right? Because you get fortified and tyrannical now. I think it's bugged. How much more stamina does it give? Are we crashing? What's happening here? It gives 6%, I think, right? 6% to strength and stamina. If you haven't heard the music, go fucking log in and hear the music. It is gorgeous. This is the best music they've ever done for a loading screen. Just that little part there is so nice. The change to Blood Shield is intended to not affect active tanking, but it clearly does. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't... They said that, and they have no idea what they're saying when they say that. That was said from, like... That's what really pissed me off about that article, is basically everything they said was like... Well, we're going to pretend that you guys have no fucking idea how any of these specs work. So they're just saying shit that, like, everybody who plays the spec already knows and not adding any actual nuance to the situation. It's like, bro, I know how fucking Death Strike worked. Why are you typing this all out? It's really demeaning. I was very conflicted by reading that post because normally I have a lot of respect for the people who work at Blizzard, but it's like... You are very, like, demeaning by saying these things to us. Like, we know this shit, dude. Why are you saying this? Somebody did post on the video, though, that they probably said it just to reiterate their design goals with it. But it's like, yeah, I get it. But we know that, like, there's no question about it. Like, and it's not really a question. Everybody knows what the point of Death Strike is. But at least for them to say it, they prove it. So I was like, all right. Warrior tank blocks attacks, therefore we're going to make their shield bigger. Red flag to me was nerfing leeching strikes, a talent so bad nobody took it before. That's just them nerfing every healing, self-healing thing, though. I think they did that with every spell in the game, right? Just came. What are your thoughts until now? I want fried Oreos really bad. The 0.1% nerf on the ghoul thing was epic. Oh, the enfeeble or whatever. That was a very weird comment, too. They're like, we're nerfing... Or, wait, what's it called? Yeah, enfeeble. We're nerfing major defensive CDs, like Dancing Rune Weapon and Enfeeble. Like, what? What? Why did you put those two things in the same sentence? Thanks for actually testing Ian's newest Coke-fueled changes. Was looking forward to your take on this. I had to do it, yeah. I had to do it. I didn't think I was going to have time today. Blizzard putting nonsense in patch notes? What madness. It's not even nonsense. It just doesn't make sense why they included it. It's like saying, like, Logging into World of Warcraft allows you to play an MMORPG. Because of this, we're making these changes. Why did you include that? Like, that's all I can say. It's like, why did you include that? It doesn't make any sense. Didn't they revert some of the blood nerfs unintentionally? I have no idea. What are you doing there? Oh, you're hitting a macro. I was like, what is exclamation point cupcake? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Gotta be honest, I had to look up what enfeeble was when reading that article. Oh, yeah, it's not a very big thing at all. It's pretty much only good for raids, I think, right? Like, it's only substantial for raids. Metro, you've been doing it wrong. You should have had a weak core tracking enfeeble. I mean, it's just something on the enemies thing, but yeah. Oh, also weak core. Damage types. So I don't remember how large I had it. Oh, we need it larger, that's for sure. How about 60? That's way too large. 50? 45. That looks right. And then probably 200? Yeah, that seems right. And it's in the wrong spot. Kind of. Oh no, now it's in the perfect spot. Okay, cool. So it just got smaller. That's it. Alright, we'll see what it looks like. These guys like China guys? We got China Lizard. China Splash. I remember when they said Divine Agents was too weak and they wanted to be more impactful, so they removed the second point where you can put there and the remaining point was just as before. I don't know anything about that one. Those reverted changes were just Wowhead doing their thing. They never included it in the actual changes. Oh, okay. I mean, I see the thought process behind the changes, but they're pretty late to really fix their major fudge-ups. It's just too late, yeah, at the end of the day. How's the Shaman raid buff work? Yeah, I think it's just an aura. I have no idea why I can walk through that, by the way. Seems bugged. Doesn't seem bugged. It is bugged. Yeah, Blood DK is not really going to be a good self-healing tank anymore. You're not really going to be able to like solo save stuff anymore. What the hell was that boot icon that just showed up on the screen? Did you see that? What was that? Oh, but by the way, while you're here, typical Zergling, I assume you know how to fix this very easily then. Like, you see my Blood Shield weak core isn't showing the numbers anymore. I assume that's the same reason that the damage type weak core wasn't working. So if you could tell me how to fix that too, that'd be great. Because obviously we want to see the Blood Shields. Are the tank changes live on beta? Yes. Remember all those forum threads about how OP? No, I don't. Sure, give me a link to your Blood Shield one. Okay, well I won't be able to do that right now, but it is in the it is in the UI video. But yeah, if you don't want to go look for it, I'll get it after this. All my weak cores are in the UI video. Big play.1/my UI. Oh yeah, no rush. I thought maybe it would be like something you just explained to me and I'd be able to do it. This mob, I don't know if they like buffed the health of this mob, but both times we fought this mob, it's taken like multiple minutes to die. A Bone Storm top damage while it's up, it looks like. Yeah, Reaper's Mark's still better. Oh, yeah, Sealer. Testing is going poorly. Let's see if we can solo this shit while we have a healer still. Okay, you guys leave. Oh, copy character, what? Kick that guy out. So weird to see a Bloody K sit at half health for multiple seconds. It is kind of weird, yeah. Death Strike is so much weaker, it's actually very noticeable when you're soloing stuff. But it's still healing a ton. And then what I need is a weak core to now monitor the actual strength of Death Strike. There's that one that like predicts it now. That one's probably going to be useless. We have to make a new one, I guess. What is this doing? I'm not sure what the affix does there. As a tank, I'm not even going to play Season 1. That'll show him. Are you not tracking umbilicus shields? No, they're not. Like, none of the things that are numerical are working in my weak cores anymore. Any weak core that's supposed to display a number doesn't work in the beta for some reason. The hell did I miss? Did the randoms just run from the dungeon? I have no idea. They were typing shit in like Chinese or something. The runic power generation on top of the Death Strike changes seems rough. Yeah, it's substantially rough. Like basically this is just a huge nerf to all of our kit. It didn't change anything philosophically about the spells though. That's the thing that is confusing because they basically said they wanted the tank to be more sturdy. And that hasn't happened. Brewmaster stonks seem up, which is okay for me. What is stonks? Is that a good thing? Hey Metro, how's it going? Jermbeck, what's up, buddy? How you been? This is the first time we're talking since vacation. What'd you do all week? Anything fun? This is just awful. So glad all my hard work learning rotation and strats is now useless. Definitely not useless. Still have to learn them. Do you think you lived there in a 12 without affixes? Oh, I have no idea. I still can't fully like get my head around the difference between an 11 and a 12 right now. I'm not sure what the affixes effect was that just then. Like, I don't even know what that one does, honestly. At home on parental leave with a newborn. Oh, sweet, man. Well, good luck. Yeah, they'll probably just end up nerfing Brewmaster. Wasn't that trash always kind of hard? Yeah, it was a hard trash pack no matter what. It means that they're looking like they came out best after the tank changes. Oh, yeah. Well, they probably did, but there's a lot more to consider than just these changes. Are we not? I don't know. Stormwind's like fucked, I guess. How's Blood DK? Worse. Vengeance seems just flat, less damage mitigation, not fundamentally different. Right. Well, neither is Blood, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't do that part. That part didn't work. What happened? Just didn't work. Healers also have to, I guess we'll just keep doing this dungeon anyway, so. Keep bumping it up to 10. Very good point. Healers probably not used to having to heal tanks. Healers also have to adjust from AoE to single target healing due to the changes, and from ignoring tanks completely to having to heal them more. There will be an adjustment period after changes like these. There will be, but that's nothing to do with what's going on right now. Like, I'm just addressing what I expect to happen with my character, not what I expect other people to do to my character. Vengeance still needs a 50% stamina nerf and 33% random chance to die upon entering and leaving meta. That would be a huge nerf, wow. I don't really see how bears are getting that affected by this, to be honest. Their changes seem not impactful. Yeah, we can't seem to get a consensus on that. Some people are saying bears are absolutely nerfed, and some people are saying that they didn't really have any changes. So I can't figure it out. I don't really say that mobs do 10% less damage. Their Iron Fur gives 8% less. Oh, yeah, and the fortified change. Okay, I completely forgot about that until you just brought it up. So this is actually very notable then that we're struggling this much on the trash, considering they also nerfed the trash. I didn't even think about that. I hope they managed to balance this bullshit change at least. IA Way, Guardian, Prop Ally, Brewmaster, Blood DK are playable. When did they nerf the trash? They nerfed Fortified to compensate for the changes, basically. My Brew seems to come out okay, but they nerfed our dodge, which was a huge, albeit hard to track mitigation. Yeah, the dodge was cool, but it's definitely something that should have been nerfed, I feel like. Dratnos was saying in high keys tanks will just have to kite. Brew and Vengeance are the best at kiting. It's a little too early to be saying that, but I've been watching this trash wreck other streamers all day. Is there another dungeon you think I should check instead of this one then, maybe? Or do you mean like all trash? See, it's like I said, it's so hard to give feedback because I don't know if the dungeon's just hard or if it's the class. Currently, I can get up to 30% baseline dodge with some talents. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm going to declare bears did not get affected. Bigger HP pool, so HP heals are less, but healing amount equals the same. Q-Strike says total guess, but feels like they want to get rid of triple and quad pulls and keep double pulls to when CDs are up. Yeah, I don't think this has anything like directly to do with Mythic Plus. I know they kind of were specific but kind of vague at the same time, and that to me that means like they're thinking about like all the game, not just Mythic Plus. Vicinity, what's up, buddy? I just got a 10 stove vault and we tried 3 different bosses. Do you have a Discord so I can link a details breakdown? Yes, it's in the description. You're able to kill that first boss in stone vault. Damn. Did they nerf it finally? I don't know that I've killed that boss on anything other than like a 2. I saw a couple of people saying that monks might be the best tank. Yeah, I heard people saying that. Just jumped in. How's Blood feeling keys on beta after the nerfs? A lot weaker. I'll be making a whole video on my thoughts. No, they did not. Oh, so you're just able to kill it? Oh, well, you're saying you like wiped a ton maybe in there or something? Just thought about this. Delves. This will majorly change how survival and tank and how tanks can just ignore mechanics in delves. I don't think delves are going to challenge your health pool that much as a tank, right? Because if you're able to survive them as a DPS, obviously you're going to survive them as a tank, no problem. This trash is probably a good test because it's almost entirely physical damage. It's true, yeah. I feel like it's very mechanically dense though compared to other trash in the game. Then we have shit like that where people are dying to like basic mechanics. Hope you at least keep tanking in some way or another. Oh, I'm not gonna stop playing Blood DK no matter what they do. Wonder what a minimum level for 2 will be. Whatever you start with. Why are you running with 3 shamans? Just inviting people who signed up. There's not really like a lot of people playing, it seems. What does that buff do? Oh, what the fuck? A 20% damage buff. Oh my god, these affixes are so difficult compared to the ones they removed. It's actually crazy. No wonder why this is so fucking hard. How many times has that been happening? You getting trucked? Yep. The Affix kept spawning in the purple lanes during the first boss from Marcellian. It was out of hand. I mean, that's why I said these affixes are going to be so much harder. Because they spawn in bad places all the fucking time on bosses. Looks like that 20% bone armor buff is helping out. Still purgatory on the pull. Change there. Pack is the purgatory pack. Yep. Gonna die to it. Double brutes, I think, is the danger. But we got room weapon up so frequently now. Guess we can stop Brutal Strike though. I didn't realize you can grip the mobs. Oh, she spawned on the rock, that's funny. What happens if we don't? Do we even need to do this? I don't think we even need to do this when there's no combat, right? Does it just go away? Is a 10 easier now? No, but a 10 is the only one that scales you like to a level that you're normally going to be at. Wait, can we not? You can't even go anything over there, right? How are you liking the Reaper's Mark cooldown change? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I didn't really think about it. Channels are locked? Yeah, just whatever. You can just DM it to me if you want. What killed everybody there? Is it just the wind that does damage no matter if you're in it or not or something? I figure with everything being so low, it would be the right choice. That's really punishing, man. 3 stacks seems very 4 stacks, and that goes away the second it ends at least. Okay. That frost sight going off is neat. I love that. It's like my favorite change about anything we've seen so far. So that huge spike, like, oh yeah, one shot. Do you think the changes make rune tap a thing? Maybe. What does rune tap help you with, though? I don't know. You need more runing power, not less. The problem isn't necessarily as much like less survivability. Like, theoretically, we have gained survivability in some way, but the problem is now that Death Strike is less usable less frequently and has less of an impact, so making it even more unusable because you're taking rune tap, that doesn't seem like it helps. Well, you definitely don't, like, you know, theoretically, if they made it easier to survive on the pole, then you wouldn't need rune tap, right? The nerf is pretty visible, eh? You actually need to be topped up now. No, that's just normal. Like, everything that just happened there, that's exactly how Blood DK plays everywhere. I just got overwhelmed before I can use a global. I think it was like on the borderline before I was able to use it. Like, I could have definitely survived it, but I think most times I will die in that same situation. Curious if we get any dungeon tuning before they come out? Hopefully. Is that the nerfs did not do what Blizzard intended by their philosophy? Right, that's what I'm saying. They basically did not make any impact on the philosophy whatsoever. Which is scary because it makes me wonder, like, does that mean they're not done? Or are they just not going to even try it anymore? Everyone loves Shaman now, though. Yeah, that's a lot of Shamans out there. How's Blood now after the nerf? Worst. So that means either they are not done with nerfs or they may misunderstand how Blood DK works. Yeah, it's definitely concerning one way or the other. This fight is trash, to be honest. The purple dodge lines are lame. Oh, really? I like this fight a lot. And it's a really good indication that they, like... Do you remember what the fight was like originally? You think it's better or worse? I think it's way better. Is the game like super loud for you guys, or is it just me? I don't know. I think I might have turned it up to hear the music and I forgot to turn it back down. They know how Blood DK works. Remember they told us about how Death Strike heals us? That's true, actually. Great point. It's a little loud. Yeah, I think I turned it up to listen to the music. No, not really. Anyway, Death Strike is shield block, obviously. The tank shortage will be severe. I don't really subscribe to that idea. But obviously, as a tank, it's hard for me to have an unbiased opinion on it. But the fact that I never really get invited to keys, even when I'm like not even super like off meta, like Blood is not really that bad, tells you there's not really a tank shortage in my eyes. I think it's like a low-key thing only. Shield block back in time. That'd be cool. Time travel block. Death Strike is just shield block, only Acosta Global isn't passive and gives Sealer heartburn. It also allows you to use it twice after one damage source, bro. Didn't you read the post? It's unfair. Probably a low-key thing because any tank that's good is past those keys fast. You think this fight is better than the original? Me too. Oh, Blood Plague's still top damage though, by the way, even after all the changes. I didn't even pay attention to that before. Frontal is now not at me anymore. Was that literally just called Frontal? What the fuck game is this? Did you see that? Or is that an add-on doing that? Is that Plater doing that? People actually know how to do the fight though, it's good. Not that guy. What's up? Got 3 fucking onks and 2 battle res classes. Even with consumption being nerfed? I don't even have consumption, yeah. Wait, why is he forging axe again? Oh, he did axe. He's not mace, yeah. Why is it called frontal? Oh, yeah. Okay, it is Plater doing that. What talents you running? How do you want me to summarize that? There's going to be another wipe, though. This fight's really hard. I don't really know, like, the kiting strategy is really difficult. It's just like strategically rough, and I don't know how far we can actually go. So I'm wondering if we're about to reset it. You need more space? Yeah, and you don't really have that luxury. Does the extra 60% stamina feel noticeable? No. Yeah, there's just no way to... It's a very hard fight, I feel like. Just strategically. Yeah, but you can't because the boss pats, and it takes like a minute plus to pat. So if you were expected to clear this out, you'd have to wait like a long fucking time. It's got a new animation, I guess. What's your HP now? Vamp blood up? I think I don't know. I'll tell you. Just remind me when we're out of combat or something. Too many things impacting it. Now he's just standing over there, so. Hey, Takeover, what's up? They have not tuned the mobs down. They did nerf fortified, yeah. Anyway, our health unbuffed right now appears to be 9 point... Oh, wait, what? That was with Bone Shield still? 8.8 million. Don't forget that's because I have Stone Skin Gargoyle on. Guys aren't even here. How rough is it? Pretty rough. But again, it's hard to say because the dungeons are so difficult baseline. We are going to be at like 40 million by the end of the expansion. That's a large number, but maybe. How's the new Blood Decay? Yeah, it's pretty rough. Kite meta all over again? No. I mean, I don't. You're asking the wrong guy. I didn't even kite in Shadowlands. I'd rather fucking die than kite. I don't care. Especially as Blood Decay, a spec that's supposed to get benefits from taking damage, you know? As you see, they didn't really adjust the spikiness. You know, they got one shot with Van Blood up. I thought this always picked the tank, but I guess they changed it. No longer does that. Makes the fight even harder. Oh, yeah, I just don't really know how to do this. That worked out, though. Perfect. This shit really expands quick, though. Players gonna have to bait those, though they absolutely are gonna have to, yeah. The expansion seems like a skip to me. Nah, you're over exaggerating. It's not that big of a change, frankly. Just like getting nerfed any other time of an expansion. Yeah, that's WoW. That's a WoW community anymore, unfortunately. You have no idea. You should read the comments on the video. The amount of people who are like, "Well, I'm gonna probably quit the game over this." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How about you just don't play tank anymore? Like, what? Why would you quit the entire game over it? How's runic power generation? I don't feel like it's changed at all. Feels like the exact same as it was before. Blood DK is still just as fun. Yes, absolutely. That will be hard to nerf. We're maybe holding Deathstrike a bit more than in the past. Yeah, and I've always played that way, so that's why it's hard for me to say. What people really need to be on the lookout for is instance nerfs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The instance nerfs are going to be more substantial than any actual class nerfs. Or class design stuff in general, it seems like. The tank changes will have to have massive tuning. Why? There's gonna be a bit of a tank shortage. Yeah, we just talked about that. I don't really believe in a tank shortage. Like I said, if I constantly am getting declined from keys over and over again, then there's no tank shortage. If the instance gets tuned, technically the tanks get tuned too. Great point. I sent you all I had, gave as many details as I could, barring dungeon mechanics. Sweet. This is the first expansion. I'm going tank main. I'm still doing it. Sweet. Yeah, definitely. Shouldn't change the reason you play a tank, I would say. That's really weird that player did that. I wonder if you can turn that off. I guess I like it, but it's kind of different. Did they do that on live WoW too, or is it really only for the beta? Frontal. It's so weird. How are we liking the changes? We are not. I will say with the scaling intent and higher, Blood DK damage is absurd. Oh, you mean the damage output? Blood Plague's still the top damage, so I'm satisfied. Any like specific talents that you felt like contributed a lot to the damage? Watch that one frontal. The graphic sometimes shows up late and it won't be able to move out fast enough. I think that one always picks a damage dealer, so I don't ever have to move from it. Exterminate, Blood Plague, and Reaper's Mark did a load of damage. Yeah, that's my like top 3 as well, so. So yeah, basically it makes it so Dancing Rune Weapon, every other use is like got no CD. It's got like a 20-second CD. But now the CD is so long that by the time these are back up, I won't want to use both of them. It's really, it's honestly might just be this Affix that's making shit so hard. Now that I know how dangerous this Affix could be, it's hard to say what is and isn't happening. Hey Doom, what's up buddy? Welcome. But it's not really an issue with the threat modifiers on Blood Boil. Right. Did somebody say something about threat? One double pull we did after the first boss, I was doing 3.8 million HPS. How's the Blood DK gameplay after the nerfs? Same gameplay wise, just nerfed, yeah. I see what you mean about that being a delayed thing. How are you supposed to get some of these affixes? Yeah, that's why I said like this. These affixes are far, far harder than the old ones. Guy went offline. Yep. No, the affix is constantly buffing them every second. Every second, it's a 1% or 10% damage increase, and then as soon as you kill it, it goes away. You watch. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I've said it 100 times and I'll say it again. A fixture should never require you to change target. I don't know about that. Games shouldn't be balanced around what top players are doing in the MDI. Well, I don't even think anybody's doing it in the MDI either. They made that big statement about people taking no healers, and I was like, who is doing that? Like, what are you saying? Hashtag when somebody welcome. I had a look at your Bloodshield weak core and fixed it. Do you want me to show you how it's done? Send me the link on Discord, and then we'll look at it after this. I guess we're done anyway, but yeah. If you want to send me the link on Discord, we can do both together. I guess not coming back, so. 70% damage buff on the mob. Well, that's because nobody was there, obviously, but I don't think you can purge it. I'm not sure. I think you actually have to just kill it. I don't know why it has a shield and no health bar. In the MDI Season 3, people were doing 4 DPS and 1 tank runs, and it was arguably better than having a healer. Oh, really? I didn't see it. There were several times that happened in the MDI. Oh, really? I had no idea. Not on live WoW, at least, right? Nobody's doing it. Oh, is it every 3 seconds? It's probably every 3 seconds. Yeah, my bad. If Umbilical benefits from Deathringer passive, causing Blood Plague to do such high damage. Yeah, but Umbilicus also has a cap. Alright, Bloodshield weak core. So what, so explain to me what you had to change, because I'm going to have to change a bunch of other stuff too. Do you feel the Death Strike nerf? Yes. You guys are on crack if you think they tuned live based on the MDI. If that were true, we wouldn't have the same meta for 3 seasons. That's a good counterpoint. We'll just make a new one, I guess. Those are depreciated some old interface functions. Had to change the old unit buff to the newer variant. So how would I do it if I wanted to do it? Just entered the stream. How do you feel for Death Knight? It's worse for sure, but it's hard to tell if it's a lot worse or if it's just the dungeons being difficult. Custom code on the display tab. This part here. So this part needs to be changed, is that what you're saying? Are you hacking right now? No, this is making a weak ore, yeah. The entire game is basically tuned around Mythic Plus, not pet battles. I wish. Unit buff doesn't work anymore. It's now... Alright, yeah, I'll just use yours for one way or the other and compare it. You definitely feel them, but at the same time, I had 3 deaths not from wiping after the rest of the group dead, and 2 of those were the first boss. Mythic pet battles? Hey, straight purple cat, long time no see. As the healer, I have to say it's nice to enable the tank unit frame again. Good one. That means you're never giving any tanks defensive CDs either. Oh, it's like totally different. So is this like a template that I just plug in the... Because like I need to change more than just this. They do their class tuning around raid. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I wish people would think for themselves. Sometimes you just have to experience a change to tell the difference, and that's never the case. You can just listen to other influencers. I would always recommend just listening to somebody else's opinion to base your own opinion. There's no point. It depends. The field aura dot points is kind of different for most buffs. Alright, thank you for explaining that. Basically, what you've told me is I will never be able to figure this out on my own. I need to get this one pinned here as well then. Let me get that. I don't want to keep doing that. So let's go ahead and get that in there. The variables are just stored on one line in yours, which is why it looks so different. Oh, really? I don't know shit about code, man, so... I love weak cores and use lots of yours, but usually have to adapt most of them to work in the German client. Yeah, I bet. Alright, so what about umbilicus? I don't remember where that is. Duration? Maybe I don't even think I copied it actually, right? Or maybe I just... Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is the same situation, I guess? Or no? This one doesn't have any custom code, I guess. This definitely won't work, so we need to turn this off. Oh, it's... Wait. Is it that one that has the... Yeah, it's this one that has the custom code. Oh yeah, so this is an interesting conversation. We used to talk about this all the time. So he sent me these pictures. This is the overall healing done, 2.67 billion. And this is the overall damage taken. So 3.04 minus 2. Typed the number in wrong. 2.67. So I only took 0.37 billion damage. That he wasn't able to heal up. It's not that much, right? What's the actual percentage there? That ain't it. I always do that wrong. 2.67 divided by 3.04. So 88% of the damage you're able to heal up. That's a pretty big drop. On live, it's like more like 95%. It should work the exact same way here. All right, so I can just copy with the other one and put it in here, and everything else change the IDs. So we need to do that. I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, closed. What's it called? Blood shield. There it is. Okay. So spell ID was this, so we're putting that in here. Alright, no way to make that done together, right? 7% or so is missing from the blood shield mostly. I was thinking that too, yeah. So this number gets to be 391527. And then everything else is the same, right? Nothing else changed? Yeah, and everything else is the same, I guess. Okay, so let's make sure that works before we do anything. Then we'll do some more. Maybe we should try a different dungeon at this point. Let's hope it works. If not, no worries. Just cobbling the UI together over time is all I need. That one works, so I don't see why the other one wouldn't work. Oh, is it not on? Oh, I didn't use Vamp Blood, that's why. I think it's not on. Oh no, there it is. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much for the help. War Within removed lots of old functions. Will definitely break a ton of weak ores. Yeah, it's weird how they do that. You were saying you still heal back 88% of your own damage taken that run. Yes, down from like 95 though. That's a huge nerf. He also goes on to say, the healer also healed me for 258 million in that key, mostly from passive healing. And that is usually why you don't do 100%. Like normally, if you were alone, you would be able to do 100% and no like change would come from that. But the healer is going to accidentally heal you at times, right? Like you don't have the ability to just turn off his heals. So the lower you get in overall percentage, the more the healer is able to do that by accident, you know? What is that on my back? What? Like the cloak? No. What is going on? Oh, it's a trinket or something. Alright, anyway, let's do some more keys. The backend code is a lot cleaner now. It makes creating add-ons a bit more future-proof. That's good to hear that, at least. It was a shaman healer. What was the breakdown of heals on you? I don't know that he sent me that. I'll have to look again. It looked like hair, right? Yeah. What should we do? You guys vote. Tell me which one you want to see. Glad to see you made it on. Yeah, I kind of had to. I felt like so many people were saying so many things about the whole situation. I felt like I really needed to prioritize it today. Give Stone Vault a try. Oh, you're an asshole. 15 Dawnbreaker. Alright, 2 votes for Stone Vault wins. This will be fun. I've heard the first boss is easier. Oh, I believe you. Alright, let's try it. I didn't send the details of it, but his 4 healing spells on me were Earth Shield, then Cloudburst, then Healing Rain, then Healing Surge. Gotcha. How does the changes feel so far in your opinion? I feel weaker. Only 30 million of his healing me was Healing Surge. What percentage is that? Do you have any idea? Did you notice any difference so far with Stone Skin? Not really, no. But I mean, theoretically, it should be more smooth, so. Not so much comparative to how much I'm doing and how much damage I'm taking, of course, but that's how Blood DK works, yeah. I think you'll be happy to know, Metro. It seems Holy Pally is busted good. Good, maybe we'll play some in Season 1. 11% of his overall healing on me was Healing Surge. Got it, thank you.
Welcome, friend. Be careful out there.
Howdy Metro, late to the party. Any major grievances so far? No, not major. Are the changes to the tanks active in the beta? Yes. If so, how's Blood DK feeling? Weaker. What's your mastery percent currently? 32%. Earth Shield, Healing Rain, and Cloudburst with 35% of its healing on me combined, so obviously not much targeted healing. Gotcha. So there's a lot of small amounts of healing that weren't doing much, I guess. Oh yeah, now I need to fix the Mind Freeze weak core. That's the next one.
So here we are. High Speaker Irish. Or is it just Irish now? He's fled from the Hall of Awakening into the Stone Vault. He's probably running like a frightened mouse. Sleepy, cowering, timorous beastie.
Hammer Woman's back. Very crazy. They need to revert these changes and say sorry. What the fuck? I don't think they're going to be saying sorry. Oh, what is going... Weak cores are players doing some crazy shit now. Did you just see that? That was wild. Have you noticed smoother incoming damage profiles? Not at all. Totally missed the mark if that was their goal for Blood DK. That is so crazy. It's giving you like visual indicators now about the abilities. That's crazy. This add-on becomes the best add-on in the game more and more. Been playing with other tanks and there seems to be a ton of one-shots. Oh, really? Blood is definitely still in the same state in that way. They need to make dungeon changes for there to be smoother damage intake. Pretty much, yeah. Class changes alone do pretty much nothing. The issue is I'm not sure they have even tuned the dungeons to account for these changes. They nerfed Fortified, if that's what you mean. But they didn't expressly say they were going to tune the dungeons. They just changed the way the classes work, basically. It's like Blood DKs have been training for this nerf their whole career. Kind of, yeah. How does Death Strike feel? Worse. As the new Death Strike changes, it makes me feel worse. Makes me feel weaker. Where'd they come up with this? Basically, they made the dungeons with the previous way in mind, and now they changed it last minute. It's a great point. It's a great point. Maybe did I turn up the sound? The game sounds really loud to me. I think I don't normally have that up all the way.
What's this? Is that golem fused?
Away from the weak cores, back to Blood DK. If you use Death Strike when almost topped, you waste all the accumulated healing from the damage. No, you still get the mastery value from it, which is now way worse, so. Alright, let's see this fight. Fuck that up. Oh, no, I think it was perfect actually. I didn't even like take any damage at all from it myself. So that's kind of hard. 5 million. Does seem like it's a lot easier to survive. Doesn't help that Og never gave me blistering scales the entire run. Oh, it was a pug. Had that effect out during lines doesn't seem ideal. Nope. Did they lower the amount of spikes? Wasn't there 4 before? It was 5. Oh shit. That's a huge nerf then. This fight got massively nerfed. Only if they don't do the dungeon, then yeah. I wonder if Og is kind of mandatory. It's gonna be good still, yeah. I think testing on some level is hard because the intended level doesn't match reality. Exactly, that's the big issue. Oh yeah, that's because of this stupid buff. This buff really favors ranged. How do you feel about blood DKs? Are they still strong? Yes. In the highest the keys will be Og used, but assuming they do massive dungeon tuning past, no, they shouldn't be mandatory. Yeah, I mean, they're never going to be mandatory for low keys, obviously. I think like Og should become less valuable with these changes if they actually happen, but they kind of didn't really happen. But if they made the dungeon less spiky, then you wouldn't need Og because Og was saving people from those spike deaths. Is the item level for testing still as low as it was? Yeah, it's the same, I think. 613 right now. This fight got neutered. Kind of needed to happen. But it's weird how easy it is after how hard it was. I guess it's just a damage race now. Hog, at least in the War Within for keys, seems to be really solid defensively. Gotcha. Actual DPS do much more damage, though, it seems. Unless you're a rogue or feral. Oh, really? Like their AUG is now really bad damage-wise? Is that what you're saying? Are you intentionally not using Lichborn? It's not intentionally, no, but I am definitely thinking about it. Trying to see how much I can survive without actual defensives. Because there's a time now where you're going to be able to just, you know, rotate CDs and live without even death striking well, and I'm trying to make sure we don't just... You know, I'm trying to see everything that we can see. Some of these fights aren't actually hard for the tank, and that would get boring. I'm actually surprised how long they let Rogue be this bad. Oh yeah. Even accounting for their buffing others, I did about 300k more than the AUG. Assuming their contribution is being logged. You're assuming that it's not being logged properly. Gotcha. Could be, you never know. Did you upgrade the key, or like what? What was your success in the dungeon? Don't use defensives. Gotta train those healers to start paying attention. Ha! Wait, did that just aggro the? What just aggroed that? Was it the Affix? How does Death Strike work now? I can't quite understand it. Basically the exact same way as before. We did the first boss in Dwarf Duo, but the Crystal boss was a problem. Gotcha. Do you feel squishy? Yes.
Open your mind to the whispers.
You can only heal damage instances once, so you lose value if death striking more than once every 5 seconds. Technically, yes. It's certainly compared to how it used to be, you do, yeah. When they said the damage intake would be smoother, were they only referring to raids? I think they were referring to classic. Because it ain't happening here. Watch this, we're probably gonna get fucking absolutely destroyed. Just wait for this guy, I guess. Where is he? This guy's saying about kiting. What is he talking about? Forge hand? I don't kite, bro. You gave me the CD on the pull. This? I don't see any stacking debuff. Honestly, if they kept the Blood Shield nerfs and reverted the change affecting the multiple death strikes affecting a single damage instance, it would make Blood DK feel fine. I would rather see the that change makes no fucking sense to me, so they should revert it. But if they were gonna keep one, I would rather them keep that one and then revert the Blood Shield change. That has a way bigger impact on the class than people make it sound. Great knockback there. The stacking debuffs on you? Oh, really? I didn't even notice. Which way do we have to go? This way? I guess we'll just pull this.
Open your mind to the whispers.
That's the thing, fracture. Might need to take another pass at Blood DK. I still see you're out healing the healer. Yeah, I'm doubling the healer's healing, so don't think they're gonna be able to change that unless they literally remove the spells. The Blood Shield one definitely hurts, but I feel like it's tough to get accurate measure of how it performs with dungeons being massively overtuned. Yes, I agree. That's what we've been saying the whole time, pretty much. It's really hard to get feedback on this because the dungeons are so difficult that it's hard to tell if we're weaker or stronger in the face of that difficulty. Compared to how it would probably feel when the war within is love. Oh, you meant live. Fuck yeah, my bad. Two people just got hit by frontals in there, by the way.
To the whispers.
Get some plater. Gonna help ya. I was about to say you've had 0 deaths, but just like your thing is bugged. Yeah. I don't understand the conversation about tanks being too self-sustainable without removing blood DKs. Yeah, that's what I was saying in the video. Like, it doesn't really make any... Like, the things they were saying just can't work the way they're making them sound like they work. Blood Shield got triple nerfed. The Death Strike nerfed, the no longer Vamp Blood scaling nerf, and the cap cut in half. Yep. And then quadruple nerfed because you have way less runic power, apparently. I don't feel like you do, but that's on paper, so...
Machine speakers in the stone vault. Fanatically loyal, no doubt.
Quadra nerf. Company nerfing spree. Multi-nerf. I never played that game. Sorry, it's very confusing. I have no idea what's even going on right now. Oh, okay, you need to stand on the vent. Those are just Quadra nerf Death Knights. Yeah. So this one? We're gonna have upwards of 9 to 15 million health with max or close to max gear. I have no idea. They should have just posted removed mastery blood shield from the game. I mean, it's still a lot. It's still doing a lot. 41 million on just that fight alone. I mean, that's... But in live, it's like top, so... Hey, Cobdova, tell that evoker to go do some fucking damage before he explains how to do the fight. Yeah, for real. What the fudge is this dungeon? Why? You've not seen it before? It's kind of cool. Now that they nerfed the first boss, I like it a little bit. I've been burned before, though, so I'm hesitant to get into a committed relationship with the dungeon. The first boss makes this so much more approachable. Yep, that's what I was thinking. It's like a whole different atmosphere now. I don't know when the nerf was, by the way, because I did it last week and it wasn't nerfed yet. Yeah, it must have been today or yesterday. It really doesn't hurt to press mass barrier. It's free. Oh, God. Is the AUG at least putting blistering scales on you? I don't know. Thinking happy thoughts. Anything good from the changes? A lot more people are talking about blood decay.
To the whisper.
3-minute CD, right? The barrier? Yeah, I think they nerfed it to 3. That's a lot of damage. Volcanic, 7 million volcanic damage. Tank got smashed for 90% of health. Yeah, it's wild. Elliot, what's up? Hey, welcome. That's Hugh the Hammer right there, guys. What are we supposed to be doing now? How's having Bone Storm back feel? It's actually kind of good. I like it now. Curious how good Mystery is in the War Within. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, sorry. What is it that I'm taking that much damage from? Volcanic damage? They really should change blood DK health to binary with the changes. Like, yeah, either alive or you're dead.
Now back to work.
Some of these mechanics somewhat remind me of Hans and Franz. It's a similar looking dungeon as well, I agree with that. You think the kiting mech is going to come back like in Season 1 of Shadowlands? No. I mean, not unless they nerf it even more, but... Really happy about the tank nerfs. Now they will have to sweat like the healers do. That's a really stupid thing to say out loud. The more I see how long you take with bosses and trash, I think this is overtuned for your item level. Oh, it's definitely overtuned, yeah. Game looks ready for launch for me. Hard to tell from your buff list bouncing around so much with so many short terms buff, but it doesn't look like you're getting scales. Oh no. Is this something new? Why, like, what? Why would they not be giving it to me? Isn't that just like the defensive thing that I should have all the time? The most entitled healer take? That's somebody who like doesn't play the game to be a group member. It's like the tank getting nerfed means your job is going to be harder. So why would you want that? Doesn't seem like something I would want. If I was healing again. Do you only play blood? Yes. Healers do nothing but endlessly complain. It really is fucking crazy how healers just are the whiniest people. Very lucky there. Molten Hammer must be the volcanic damage, right? Yeah. It's totally so hard to tell. I'm gonna die. Oh. So hard to tell anything really because your 20 item level is lower. Well, I mean it is a 10. Yeah, I mean I guess you're right, but it's just hard to tell if it's the dungeon, the gear, the difficulty. I don't know. Tanks need to be overpowered because they need to carry the group. Okay. So you're still on about that, huh? That's fine. You know me, I'm not a doomer, but there isn't at least one instance tuning pass before the season starts. I'll be worried. Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely already worried, even if there's tuning passes.
Just a distraction.
Interesting boss. Feels like mechanics you would normally see in a raid. It's a very complicated fight, it seems. What is the general healer take on this? Are they excited about healing the tanks? I don't know that anybody has ever been excited about healing anything ever. Hey, Beer Heart with somebody. The tuning has been kind of sparse. I don't know that they've tuned dungeons much at all. What is just one-shotting you? Whatever this volcanic damage is. Molten Hammer? It's just like a tank breaker, I guess. I'm just not really like preparing myself for it, so I don't know. I play mostly healer, and I don't mind healing tanks a bit more in general, but having to heal the tank for 90% of health every other global is not exciting. Oh, yeah, and you're never going to be able to do that. That's what I was saying in the video, like, there's not enough globals to go around. I guess we're done. So if the healer all of a sudden is super occupied with the tank, then you're just fucked. Like, the rest of the group is going to suffer for it. And that's why I was saying before about that guy who was like, I'm glad that tanks now have to work harder. It's like, no, you're not. This is going to make you work like 4 times as hard. Because now all your globals that were going to DPS are needing to be split up between the healer, or the tank and the DPS. Before it was all just the healer and people were still struggling to keep, or all just the DPS and healers were still struggling to keep DPS alive at times. Burst damage? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say anything about that because of how difficult the dungeons are, but I don't feel like they did anything to address that yet. Healing the tank 90% of the time is not fun nor challenging. It can definitely be challenging, but it's certainly, I wouldn't say it's fun, yeah. Can we get a tank healing received breakdown here? Sure, let's try. Alright, so that's healing overall. 1.37 billion. Oh, right, I don't have it. Let's see. Damage taken, right? Is that the right number? So healing was 1.37 divided by 1.92. Whoa. Oh, wow, that's really low. Only 71% of the damage taken I healed up. Are the tank nerfs in beta? Yes. Well, hey bird, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Right click the damage done to bring up a big menu. Damage taken, you mean? Or... Did they add the death strike change? Yep. The top bar with the text, right click it. Oh, I see. It brings everything all up. Nice. Which tank spec has been affected the worst by these nerfs? Blood Decay. Have you tried 12 yet? No. In light of these changes, how important do you think Augs will become to the group? I don't know. I don't look at it like that. Blood Decay now have the same HPS with the healer. That was just on that one fight, right? Overall, it's still a pretty big margin. To be above the healer at any point is obviously a lot. Blood DK hardly even seem unique at this point. No, they're still very unique. They're just watered down, basically, is the way I would look at it. Can you show me the hunter's damage overall? Like his actual breakdown? Can we see how much the healer healed you? Sure. Healer healed me for 503 million. 41% of his healing was on me. 18% was Gusts of Mists. 10% was Life Cocoon. That's weird. Gonna be fighting Paladin and Demon Hunter for self heals though. Maybe. I mean, I don't know about that, man, because if you look at the actual like spells, like these 3 are still doing an enormous amount of self healing. I don't know, like, and they all are based on how much damage you take and how much damage you can deal and how many targets, you know. The intangibles about Mythic Plus. Maybe in a 5-man or in a raid fight, it will be a lot. Like, they might not be the top anymore, but 41% of the healing. How are healers happy? That's what I'm saying. Like, They're not going to be. It's just going to be harder. It's going to make their job way harder. That gives me more hope. I was expecting big damage loss after the damage cap. Nice. What's the verdict? It's bad, yeah. Big nerf to Blood DK. And they did nothing to alleviate the you're getting one shot all the time thing like they said they were going to. It trying to beat Doomer, but Blood DK is basically the only tank I really enjoy. You'll still be able to enjoy it. I mean, at worst, it's the 6th best tank, right? Like, what's the difference? It's not ever going to be so bad that you can't tank dungeons. Feels like damage spike should only go to tanks and bring back passive and raid-wide damage to be blanket healed, but I'm not a healer. I mean, it's just not possible, right? Like, there's spells and things that have to deal damage after they're cast and stuff, so there's always going to be damage spikes. Brew right now is the 6th best tank, and I still tank fine. Yep. Blizzard said it's the strongest tank in the game. Who did they say? They didn't say that. Who said that? 27.1 of your healing received was healer. Youch. Yeah, that's a huge drop off from live where it was like 95% of my healing with me. Blizzard in the patch notes, they definitely didn't say that. I mean, Blood DK historically starts every expansion on the weak side. Right, that's another thing to consider though. Like the situation with both Mastery and the Death Strike healing are heavily impacted by your stats, right? The more versatility and Mastery we have, the stronger those two things get. And that usually scales pretty heavily towards the end of an expansion. Blood DK and Legion, BFA and Shadowlands were insanely strong by the end. Yep, and they all started very weak. How's overhealing? Oh, that I don't know. Let's see. So pretty much the same. Bone Storm now, a new edition though, yeah. Prot Warrior meta season 1 again? Very well, yeah, very well maybe. Oh, that wasn't overall, right? Yeah. No difference. Same proportions. The Evoker is doing a lot. 20%. Yeah, Blistering Scales is just something you're meant to keep on the tank 100% of the time, right? Why would you ever not give that to me? Been a DPS since BFA, level 2 tanks for War Within. Not looking forward to it? You should definitely still look forward to it. Tanks are still tanks. All the reason you loved tanks before are still going to be there. Been playing tons of Terrace Land. The game tanks make me want WoW tanks again. Oh, are they not fun? I think Brew is looking very good now to be meta for season 1. Gotcha. The DPS on Terrace Lane are so good though. Oh, cool. Alright, let's get this big pull then first.
So here we are. High Speaker Irish. Or is it just Irish now? He's fled from the Hall of Awakening into the Stone Vault. He's probably running like a frightened mouse. Cowering, timorous beastie.
Oh, Blood Plague all the way down there now. Wow. I don't want Brew to be meta. I like our small community now. I know, I love that and hate that simultaneously about when Blood's meta. It's nice because a lot more people check out the spec and come to love it. But yeah, typically it causes a lot of people to come and play it and give stupid opinions about it.
Open your mind to the whispers.
Things got terrible by the end of Shadowlands where everyone and their dog were swapping to Blood DK. Yeah. And especially considering the gameplay loop was so different than it normally is, it was obviously a very difficult conversation to have at times. What is that bird flying around the screen? Some new evoker spell, I think. The highest Blood DKs did swap to Night Fae. I remember that. It was like a little bit of a celebration when I saw that.
Is that Golem fused with something else? Titanic earthen technology enhanced with magical augments. Brilliant.
That's WoW. Sometimes your spec is poop and no one plays, and sometimes it's meta and everyone plays. That ain't the WoW I'm playing. The main man boss. That's easy now. Very easy. Do you mean Blood DK only? Yes. Ultimately vindicated by the end? Yep. I still never forget that guy that Grawl was playing with that night when I played with them, like making fun of me for being Night Fae, and then a few weeks later somebody linked me with character and he was playing Night Fae. It's like, oh, okay. Funny game we play. That was 3 stacks by accident. Oops. I didn't know that happened. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. God, that fucking hits hard. But DK Discord thinks UE is a banned talent. I haven't kept up with what they think now after the changes to the talents. Seems like Bloodshot is going to be really bad now. How long have you mained Blood? I started maining it for WoD challenge modes and then started maining it like full time in Legion. The middle of Legion. That did a lot more damage than I expected it to do. Is Blood a good beginner tank? No, absolutely not. Especially now after the changes they made, it's going to be even worse for beginners. If I AMS preemptively, I don't get the debuff from this, the spikes breaking. That's pretty good. I don't know if it's better to do it for my single spike though, because is that doing... Yeah, that's doing fire damage. I should probably do my own spike for that. Bear or Prot Warrior would be good for beginners. Yeah, Prot Warrior probably going to be really good, so you might as well give them a try. Vengeance is a good beginner tank IMO. Oh, would you say Vengeance? Vengeance probably easier than Blood, but I think they're similar in that way. They're both pretty unfriendly. It'd be really good if we can just do dungeons without people constantly aggroing shit that I don't intend to aggro. Makes it really hard to figure out what we're doing in the dungeon. Is Pally Tank not face roll anymore? I have no idea. Don't get discouraged and try out Blood when you feel like it. It's a lot of fun. Single-handedly makes tanking the most fun role. I agree with that, yeah. You totally want to keep that debuff, by the way. When dispelled, it provides a 25% DR. The fire? No, I was talking about the fire damage. Pally Tank is easy. It's just the tuning on it that's so atrocious at the moment. Oh, yeah. What makes Blood so hard compared to others? The fact that they live and die by the self-sustain. Like, have you been watching the gameplay? There's times when, like, I just die. And it's hard to predict and it's hard to overplay. You have to be ready at all times, pretty much. If you make a single mistake with your rotation, you will just not. You'll just fall behind to the point where you won't be able to survive anymore. Oh, you just got here, get you. Well, yeah. Go back and watch me do Grim Batol. May have your answer after seeing that. Once you get used to it, it can be very easy to play well. It's hard to play excellent, but it's pretty easy to play well once you understand the damage patterns. Is this the hardest tuned dungeon? I don't think so, not anymore. The first boss was ridiculous before, but we haven't really gotten too far since then. Is there a noticeable difference right now? Yes, absolutely. And you feel the nerfs? Yes, absolutely. Oh, I see, yeah, stacking up. Okay. I think the Dawnbreaker is. Dawnbreaker is really hard in terms of its layout, but I wouldn't really say it was tuned that hard. It's like above average in difficulty, but a big part of it is the actual layout and the navigation element to it. Oh, Hashton, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Metro, what do you think is the best healer for Mythic Plus?
Blood Death Knight, even though Blizzard's trying to stop it. Yesterday we were saying, like, am I going to have to change that sub-sound? Nope. Keep trying, Blizzard. You'll get it. I mean, even the fucking Ellie Shaman's above the fucking Resto Druid right now. I think I'll give Bear a try. Yeah, try Bear. Last boss on Dawnbreaker is Giga bugged currently. Oh, really? I thought it was easy last time. Just didn't understand how it worked mechanically when I did it. Oh my fucking god, man. want to hear your thoughts. Like, why do you like Blood DK over, let's say, Demon Hunter? It's hard to really summarize quickly, but it's just like literally everything. Like, it has the coolest spells. It has the coolest flavor. I love the fact that it's like a fallen paladin, you know, like everything about it. There's nothing I prefer about any other class, really, other than the fact that the other tanks can use shields. I really like shield transmogs. How does Stone Skin feel compared to Fallen Crusader? I don't know. It's not really anything you'll notice. I think it's going to be better, but who knows?
Fanatically loyal, no doubt.
I mean, the health is sizable. Like, I have fucking 10 million health right now. That's sizable. So honestly, yeah, probably use it.
Open your mind to the whispers.
I'm really surprised they didn't do a stamina squish. They did the opposite, yeah. Gave everybody more. Guess we should kill that, huh? You need to do affixes to give mana back to healers again, man. 20% crit. Like, how the fuck is that even a thing? That's so little, it's crazy. By the way, do you have an updated Death Strike healing tracker already? Nope. Is there one? Because I need another one that is like a bar on my Death Strike bar like I have now. People should just main kitty. They never get any changes. Yeah, Pharaoh Druid. That's a good point. Blizzard hates kitty, yep. I tried to make one yesterday, but for a reason I couldn't read the coagulated blood buff, and it got frustrating. Oh, really? Look at how far that fucking affix is. These affixes are so much harder than the old ones. It's crazy, bro. I hope everybody's happy.
Distraction.
Took fucking busting out of the game and you added this. Did you see there was another affixed data mine last night? Oh no, I didn't. Let's see. Endgame Dungeons and You, Season of Discovery, Phase 4. Is this the post you mean, Faxi? What is Devil Core? That sounds cool. Oblivion. Very similar to other fixed spells. That means Oblivion can be added as... Oh, so it's not actually... There's like no info on it. Interesting effects such as take control of pet. What the fuck? How does that boss work? He has a giant box? Yeah. You gotta dodge the box. What you done, 72% of healing is DK is healer now. I guess you're new to Blood DK. It's actually way worse than it is recently, like on live WoW, so. Alright, I'm gonna do one more of these. But we haven't even fucking come close to finishing it. I don't even think we've been halfway through one of the dungeons yet. This is so fucking annoying. I hope they're all people DCing legitimately. But yeah, we'll do one more of this and we'll just go the other direction first because it's obviously this boss is just destroying people. So again, 143.31 divided by... That one's a lot better. 164.67. Yeah, that's a lot different than last time. 87% of the overall damage I took, I healed back. I think that's probably because of this, though. Oh, wait, was that not an overall again? Jesus Christ. So annoying. Alright, try again. 844.32 divided by 963.59. Yeah, exact same number. 87, almost 88%. I think that's because the healer was just like, what? Was he there? That's a pretty big delta compared to the previous groups we've done. Is War Within going to be the best expansion of World of Warcraft? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they add throughout it. One of the reasons Dragonflight is so good is because the stuff that got added throughout it was insanely good. Like them adding back all those kata patterns that got removed, all that content that, or all that transmog that got removed in kata. They did it in some very creative ways too, like the Zul'Gurub and Naxxramas shit. Those are like top additions in my book. So that makes me happy. Makes that one of the best expansions ever just for that. And that's not even related to Dragonflight's continent, you know. Healing back 88% is pretty solid. Again, it's about like a 6 or 7% nerf on average over live, but... Are we changing Runeforge? Are we doing it? I did it. I'm just testing it out. I don't play your character, so you can play yours how you like. I think it's going to be better to have Stone Skin Gargoyle this season. We have a large amount of health, and now with the nerfs to mastery, we're going to need an even extra. We're going to need even more padding on our survival. Will probably not affect you as much, but they really got me with the warbands feature. Oh yeah, that is like not. I don't even like care. Like I don't know. I don't know anything about it. This guy says, this is another one who said this kind of bullshit, by the way. A lot of comments like this. He says, these changes are beyond dumb. Bye-bye the War Within. No sub or purchase for me. So my reply was very witty. I said, by beyond dumb, do you mean quitting the game over these changes to tanks, specs, and specific difficult PvE content only? He says, correct. I only tank mythics. That's what I care about. No character likes being nerfed into the ground, and quite frankly, I don't care enough about the game to go through this frustration. I'll go play one of the many other games that satisfy the needs I'm looking for. It's that simple. Hear that guy is super good at Stardew Valley. Oh, really? They have Blood DK in that spec. Hit him with a, hey, alright. Back to RuneScape. Yep, back to the games with no difficulty. Back to the fucking offline games that don't receive changes. It's so weird how people react to nerfs and buffs in this game. Like, I guess they must be new to the game, right? Like, that guy's got to only... Like, first of all, you have to be new to ever say you're going to quit the game. Like, bro, I've been playing the game for fucking 20 years. Do you think I'm going to quit the game over one change at any point in time? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm just going to stop playing the game I played for 20 years because they nerfed my spec. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So, obviously, anybody who says that is somebody new to the game. Like, probably very new. And then besides that, he's obviously very new because he could have potentially lived through hundreds of changes if he was a long-time player, but in reality is seeing these changes as like some great difference than what the game's normally like, where this is very, very normal. Do you think there will be items squished during World Soul Saga? No, they said they won't be having one until the next expansion. How is Stardew Valley now? I used to play it a lot. That's the game that's like kind of like Terraria, right? Or am I thinking of a different game? Yeah, no, I think it's Stardew Valley. I used to play that a lot. Some guildies back in the day we used to play together. Do you think there'll be an item squish over that? He will be back. They always say they unsub, and well, that's why I always call these people idiots. Anybody who says that out loud is either a fucking liar or you're an idiot. It's only the two options. I'm sorry, there's only the two options. You're either lying and you're going to be back, or you're just an idiot and you're overreacting to something that you didn't even understand. Like, even if exactly what they said on paper is what happened, it would still be an overreaction. But now I'm literally testing it, and it's like, oh, okay, it didn't really make that... Like, it didn't change the things they said they were going to change, so what am I reacting to? What would I quit over? I'm doing 5% less overall healing or something like that? Like, why would I... What the fuck? Why would I ever quit the game over that? It's good, just kind of cozy? Yeah, I might play it again, man. I've kind of been... I don't have enough time, though. I got too many other projects. Trying to hit that third channel hard. If you guys aren't aware, I've been uploading a lot of content to Ace Games TV. Just uploaded a video of me buying $1,000 worth of Pokemon cards and showing that off on that video. So still desperate for watch hours over there. Trying to get to 4K watch hours so I can get that channel partnered. Anyway, base game is awesome. Added like 1,000 mods and it's even more awesome. Oh, there's like a lot of mods now, huh? Can you show your shaman healer talent tree? Sure. Is it not Stardew Valley? I'm pretty sure the game's Stardew Valley. Let me just look at Steam. I know I have. Are the nerfs to Bloody K as noticeable as what everyone is making it out to be? Yes. You will notice them. Are they something to quit the game over? No. Oh, Starbound. I'm thinking of a different game. That's the game I wanted to try playing again after a long time away. 2013, that was a while ago. What about Terraria? 2012. Portal? This one's so long ago, it doesn't even tell you when the last time I played it. 2012. I don't even know what that game is. Elder Scrolls Skyrim, 2013. Dota 2. Dark Souls 3, February 4th. Dark Souls 2, 16. 2015. Crusader Kings, yesterday. Oh yeah, Antichamber. Alright, you guys are impatient. Let's get going here. This will probably be the last one I do today. Bames John, what's up, buddy? How does Blood DK feel after the changes? Weaker. Also, they also think they'll go back on these changes? Maybe, yeah. I think they have a very good shot of going back on some of it. Sorry, I'm just tuning in. I value and appreciate your opinion on DK, and hearing you say it's not that bad puts my mind at ease. I assumed it wasn't the end of the world. I mean, it's never going to be the end of the world, right? Like, I don't know. There's so many other reasons that the game is difficult and interesting. At the same time, it's like, how could one class change ever make the game feel like something was the end of the world? It's just not how it works.
Or is it just Iric now? He's fled from the Hall of Awakening into the Stone Vault. He's probably running like a
I
frightened
could start
mouse.
there.
Wee slick cowering, timorous beastie.
Yeah, it did. But that was played really poorly compared to the last time. But it looks like our healer is AFK. I just typed /CD. It also does a 10-second countdown. Oh, really? Big Dog, what's up? What have you been up to? I didn't realize it would default to 10. I thought it would default to 5 or something. Do you think they'll go back to the damage taken the past 5 seconds through Death Strike and just nerf the percentage healed through Death Strike? I haven't thought it through that specifically, but I do think they'll probably go back on... Hopefully they'll go back on the Blood Shield change. But yeah, I think they probably would go back on that change, because that change just doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't even know what they're saying when they say that shit. It's literally how the fucking specs worked for 15 years. I don't know why you change it now. Do people on beta have similar disband behavior? Oh, it's way worse on beta. It just doesn't really matter because your key can't go backwards on the beta. Beta is like fucking worse than live. It's crazy. But a lot of it's just disconnecting, and I don't know if that's because of actual issues. I think it's very possible that it is. But we haven't even come close to we haven't even gotten halfway through one dungeon today, and we've been playing for 2.5 hours already. I think Bone Storm is basically just an offensive spell that interacts with Dancing Rune Weapon, though. I don't really feel like it does substantial healing. It might help to stabilize you now with the changes, but... So strange tuning that is that bad on testing to not even finish dungeons? I would not say that's a tuning issue now. The content's hard, but that's not unexpected. People just don't want to play the game. They're not here to learn. So you said all of the Bloody Cage changes only end up about 5% less healing? No, I was just speaking with like... I was just giving an example of why I think people are over-exaggerating. It's definitely more than 5%, but it's not like 50% or something. Alright, man. Thanks a lot for the help before as well. Thanks for becoming a member, too. Alright, cool. See?
Open your mind to the whispers.
Alright, we'll do one more quick. Who is John Height? I was like the executive producer of the game or something like that. This guy with like the ridiculously recessed chin. Why? He's leaving? Oh yeah, that was like weeks ago he said he was leaving. Hasbro? Oh god. Nothing to panic about? Obviously not the best changes, but nothing that's going to ruin the game. Nope. No offense, not trying to be like elitist or anything like that, but what? First of all, what is 2.5k player's top key? What's your like average key? If I know, if I'm right, what I think I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you that you're not even gonna notice the changes at that level. But be aware that the keys are way harder this season. A 10 is 2.5k. Oh, is it really that low or that high? I don't know about that, but either way, yeah, I think it'd be 9, right? It'd be all 10s, would it really? Because I'm only 30, what? 32.50, and I'm doing So I have mostly 15s and 116. Seems like a big jump. But either way, yeah, you're not even going to notice it. Are Blood DK still going to be the best self-sustainable tank? I would imagine so, yeah. All the damage you take is what makes them the best. Like, they take so much damage, and you're meant to be able to heal through it. No other tank really works that way. No way. 2.5k is a few 10s. Oh, yeah. Like, mostly 9s, I mean. You have to have the upgraded version of the expansion to get into the beta. You have to have the max, like, whatever the most expensive one was, yeah. But apparently when you buy it, you instantly get in. Faxi went through this a couple weeks ago, right? It just automatically gives you access now. Here's a comment that I want to hear your guys' thoughts on, by the way. This guy says they've routinely done a terrible job all these years in regard to balance. How is that? So I said that. Okay, hold on. Let's start over. He said, I'm thoroughly convinced Blizzard doesn't play their own game. So many changes they've been making lately are abhorrently moronic. I said Blizzard is a massive company, so you're setting yourself up for failure with those comments. There isn't just one person making these decisions, and they obviously are relying a lot on the community too. He says they've routinely done a terrible job all these years in regards to balance. How is that me setting myself up for failure? I'm not going to gaslight myself because this company can't produce a product that plays as good as one they made 20 years ago, which is like a facepalm fucking comment when you're talking about balance. But anyway, if they're relying on the community properly, there wouldn't be so much discourse over the balance. Healing wouldn't be miserable for years on end and looking even worse in the War Within. There wouldn't be meta specs like Shadow Priest and Vengeance completely dominating Mythic Plus for as long as they did. Don't even get me started on PvP. If this is the product we get with them listening to us, they're doing a poor job. What are you guys' thoughts? I figured these changes are not going to affect me, but we have people in my guild at 1800 acting like it's going to ruin the game for them. Yeah, that's an unfortunate circumstance. That guy's a 15 upgrade. What the fuck? Chinese players are going hard, huh?
What's up? Be good.
What does that even say? Like, was that General Sows or something? I don't even know what that says. It's not, that's like a different language. Sounds like a person with a lot of angst who also doesn't humanize the dev team. Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it. I'll tell you, if you say... Oh, I already closed the comment, I guess. But what did he say? Oh, yeah, Blizzard doesn't play their own game. It's like... Do you know how many people work at this company? Like, what? The fuck is that kind of comment, man? It doesn't even make sense. Hit him with the old knee howdy. The real question is why players like that who don't even play the game follow it so much and make so many comments about wanting it to change when they have no intentions of coming back either way. And they don't understand what they're even commenting on in the first place. Addiction. I mean, that's kind of the end of the story, right? Like, just unable to balance their negative emotions in their brain and they're addicted to something and it makes them feel conflicted ways. I seriously doubt these changes will prevent anyone from filling their vault or getting their portals. Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. The Affix changes are going to do that more than this. Like 10 times more. The changes they made to Affixes that everybody praised is going to make the game fucking 10 times harder than the tank changes they just made. 10 times, maybe even more than 100 times. The dungeons themselves are so much harder than anything they could do to classes. They could fucking remove all of our gear, and I would still say the dungeons are the hardest part about playing your character. If anything, I feel like the changes might make it easier for bad tanks. No, I wouldn't say that, but bad tanks they're pretty much a net. Like it's a draw. Like they're gonna suck no matter what. I just woke up. How's Blood DK feeling? Worse. I think outside of a few outliers, the overall balance for Dragonflight has been on the better side. As far as the tank changes, I think some of the things they targeted were weird. Brew's changes are buff because of the stagger changes. Yeah, I keep hearing that about Brew, but in general, balance has gotten better year after year in my eyes. I see why people say that about Shadow Priest and Vengeance, but it's just not relevant. Like, those specs are not imbalanced to a point where it matters. In 99% of the keys, people do. And it's to the point where it's actually, like, negative looping because you see these fucking garbage Shadow Priests in, like, every key you do, and they basically are worse than whatever else they were probably playing before. But they play it because they think, like, oh, I have an advantage playing it, but they end up just sucking at it. So it's like it doesn't even matter at that point. Like, all right, you switch to the spec that's theoretically stronger, but you blow fucking dicks at this game, so it doesn't even matter. So we're now just playing with a worse player than we could have been if we got somebody who wasn't a Flavor of the Month reroller. Damage balance is real good, but what each class brings to the key isn't. Yeah, and that's what I basically said to the guy. I was like, there's always going to be a meta. Because even if every spec does the exact same amount of damage every single dungeon they do, it won't be just that to talk about. You know what I mean? What is the red rune in the center of your screen with low tracking? Yeah, the duration of Umbilicus and then the eventual, like the duration of it and the number. Maybe some of them play to get into groups. Just be better at the game. Like, that's what I mean. Like, what's the point of getting in a group if you suck? You're just trolling the group, basically, at that point. Like, you're just convincing them to invite you when you're not even worth inviting.
He swept from the Hall of Awakening into the Stone Vault. He's probably running like a frightened mouse. Wee, sleepy, cowering, timorous beastie.
Lot of Death Knights. One of each flavor. We got a cherry, we got a lime, and we got a blueberry. I'm gonna start pulling this pack out because people keep aggroing this other pack. Unholy DK is cranking. Didn't they get nerfed bad though? That guy just pulled threat. When it was like the middle of the pack, he pulled threat, so. Enhance looks like it's also cranking. It's the only class that's beaten me on beta? Oh, really? Always hard to see when you have two of different specs. Hard to quickly look down and get the answer which one's doing better. Because both bars are red and you have to look at the icon. And especially when they're both fucking boxes and you can't even tell what their names are. That was literally my philosophy. I wasn't getting in the group, so I swapped to tank. Then I sucked, put my nose down, got good on my OG mage, and made it happen. Yeah, it's just cheating. Like, if you're just gonna switch specs but not actually get better when you do it, then you're just cheating. You're basically saying, like, alright, I've tricked you into inviting me, but I don't deserve the invite. You know what I mean? It's really bad for everybody. This is why this whole meta discussion really sucks, because people constantly do this and they just are basically like self-perpetuating mediocrity. Like, you'll never learn to be a great player of a class if you switch every 6 months. Too many things change season to season, so when you go back to it eventually, you're going to have forgotten everything you learned. So you're basically relearning how to play the game every season now. Or as a good player, like, I'm not saying in me or anything, but like Affix is a great example, right? He's played Hunter through the thick and the thin. He knows everything he needs to know about that spec no matter what. There's never going to be like a Hunter-based discussion that he's not going to be on top of. Whereas these guys are going to just basically like have to follow what influencers say because they'll never have that knowledge they need from years of playing it. Is that Affix AoEable? Yeah, definitely. City of Threads got some nerfs, and Siege got one mob nerfed. Oh, like right just this minute? Oh, that's cool. I usually take something non-meta into my group, and usually those players that play an each spec are way better. Absolutely. That's going to happen probably every single time. Because think about it, how much harder it is to get invites too, right? So if this guy is 3,300 and he's a Frost Death Knight, or he's 3,300 and he's a Shadow Priest, who do you think worked harder? It's pretty clear, right? The one guy had to work twice as hard, maybe more than twice as hard. They don't have your perspective or experience. Tragically, they don't know what they don't know, and there's plenty of others like them. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like everybody thinks it's the right way to do it, so you never get any closure on the topic. $3,300 Feral Druid? I'm sure there's one out there. Oh no! Wait, why was there 4 that time? Are we like not breaking one every time or something? I guess that guy's just intentionally not breaking one every time. They just miss one every time. I don't think it's a miss at that point. I think it's intentional. These guys have done a 15. These two Death Knights both did a 15. So I have to imagine they know what they're doing. Like, this guy's intentionally not moving towards it, so it has to tell me that. That guy just hit both of them with it, though. Shaman hit both of them with it. So he's not on the same page. The top Feral Druid's 3,600. Do you have, like, proof that he's done every single key as Feral? It's hard to usually do that with the DPS spec. Gonna want to kill this. Wow, that is dying very slow. I assume with 5 up, they probably left 1 up every time. Yeah. Alright, we'll go this way now. The exact same trash on this side. According to his radar arrow page, all of his rating is Feral. Gotcha. Does it separate it? Because I know, like, if I did some DPS keys, it would be a different score. Because I'm not a DPS, like it's tank or DPS. But I don't know, as like an actual DPS, is it separated by spec too, or is it just any DPS is all you need? They'll break it down by spec still? Oh, cool. Obviously inexperienced in this matter. Oh right, I have to. I tried to push both my Blood and Frost IO each season. Oh, is that a pain in the ass? I wish I liked the other specs. It would probably be fun to try it. Kite meta. Mechanics like that suck. Especially as a Blood DK. Then you have to walk into the pack without setup. It's literally the exact same trash on this side. What is that debuff? It's from the one of these guys, something hammer guys or something. I don't remember the name. Forge Master or something. Forge Hand. I think it's whenever they hit you with an ability, it makes you take more damage from everything. $10 million umbilicus though, I don't know. I don't know how people don't take that talent. Is it all types? Yeah, it's flat damage increase. It's always Death Knights and Shamans. We have had a lot of them, yeah. These guys are making both specs look great. I want to see damage from other specs? Well, you can always log on and do it yourself. I'm just basically inviting the first few players because there's not really any way to delineate between players who aren't going to leave and who are going to leave. And we've had no success, so I'm trying to finish the dungeon. Wait, what? Oh, I guess we went the same way. I'm an idiot. That's unfortunate. Maybe we'll finally finish it though with this guy. These guys are way better than normal guys.
Fanatically loyal, no doubt.
How are you finding the dungeons? Do you think they're overtuned? Yes, definitely. They're very hard, and the affix changes make that even harder. Maybe a classic and soothe and removing range effects would help in this dungeon? Why? What was soothable? I don't think I even saw anything. But then again, I'm probably not that it's not that noticeable. Where's the umbilicus weak core on your screen? It'll be up in the middle of the screen when the spell has been procced. There it is. I was supposed to go a different direction, but I guess I failed to do that. Some went red and slightly bigger, which suggests an rage effect. Oh, maybe, yeah. I can't even tell the nerfs. Your healing and survivability seem insane. Yeah, it's basically not made a significant impact on the class, which is notable for two directions, because they said they were also supposed to be smoothing out the spike damage. And that has not even come close to happening. So basically all they did was give like minor nerf to Blood DK. Notable and definitely noticeable, but not major nerf at all. Not going to stop you from succeeding, and most people probably won't even notice it. Which begs the question, why did they do it? And if this is as good as it's gotten, then is there going to be a lot more coming? Oh, I got hit by that. That's a lot of damage. I didn't realize I did that much damage if you got hit by that. Double AMZ, look at that. This doesn't do anything standing there though, right? Not really sure why we stand there. Oh, okay, well I'm not getting out of that, so just gonna eat that. It's like no time to react to that. I don't know what that was about.
Open your mind to the whispers.
Ignite!
Wonder how Guardian's feeling? Yeah, I don't know.
Break it down!
Okay, we finally killed that boss thanks to very, very good DPS. That's the highest number I've seen on a boss.
Look for another main cart. If it's here, we might as well.
Frost actually above Unholy. Icy Death Torn. What the hell does that mean? Where's the cart? Don't we get to do a cart thing? We have to run all the way back? How are we supposed to have a shortcut? It procs off autos. Icy Death Torrent. Oh yeah. Even that guy's Reaper's Mark is crazy. Are you still mad useful? Oh yeah. That won't ever change. Metro and these Chinese DKs? Yeah, what the fuck are these kids saying? I can't even tell what they're saying.
Open your mind to the whispers.
Making me want to get fried wonton though, bro. That's just pretty tasty. I was hoping to get rid of it. Yeah, I was thinking maybe if they actually did what they said they were going to do and you weren't constantly in danger of getting one shot, then you might not need it anymore, but those are just not very good at doing what they say they want to. Silence. Oh, you get Bone Storm while silence. I didn't know that. What is this? Damage taken is increased by from some spell. Do you have fun playing Warrior? Yeah, absolutely. I really like it.
Open your mind to the whispers.
I could see it being my like second tank moving forward, depending on how its tuning is. I really want to play Prop Pally more. It's so spammy. Yeah, they smoothed out the damage intake, guys. You're never really going to get one shot as butt DK anymore. They gave us like 1% more armor. It's pretty nice. And they made Mastery not work. Hi, Zanaku, welcome. Enhanced changes were really nuts. Were really nice. That's nuts from what I've seen. Also, I don't think we just glance over the fact that these guys have done a 15. That's what I'm saying, yeah. I don't know how that's even possible. Upgraded to 15, that's pretty nuts. Gotta be some of the best players in the world, right? Why does this keep happening where the mobs keep their health? It seems weird. It's all magic damage here. These guys, I gotta be ready for AMS on the pull. Curious why Bone Shield is still armor and not percent DR. They made all like the active mitigations like that a while ago back in BFA. Word of Shami and Death Knight Craft. Good one. That's clever.
A golem fused with scarred and corruption? Fascinating.
It's funny because in your current situation, there are only shamans and death knights. Do you get the joke, Metro? Yeah, I get it, yeah. Is Frost Scythe a new Frost ability? No, that's the hero talent I have. It looks fucking awesome. And if you haven't been able to tell, it makes my blood boil blue. Not quite D&D blue, but it's good. We'll take it. We like blue. You guys know me. Duke, we got Duke. Yankees, I guess, blue too, really, but not the same. It's like Pinochle deck blue. Okay, that was a lot of damage. 7 million magic damage. What is these mechanics? I don't know this fight at all. This one I've done the least out of the three we've done. Nice, nice. I was afraid it was going to destroy BK. It was going to destroy Blood DK, but it didn't. No, those changes were never going to destroy anything. But it's definitely a big nerf for sure. Just not one that most people will probably interact with. Reclaim. What was that? Why did you drop? Oh, you dropped it on the enhanced shaman on? Have you heard from Alex? Still in his Discord. Yeah, he's still around. He's just focusing on like IRL shit. Probably burned out after all the classic nonsense. Very hard to blame him. You know, he goes in waves. It's so hard to look at my runing power bar and be like, shit, I don't have full runing power. I need to use Bone Storm. Very hard to get used to that. So he just like eats the, like, are we supposed to have killed those things? I don't understand what's happening in this phase. Very cyclical. You can almost predict his return. Yeah. I think he's learning though, man. I feel like he is getting better with his emotions and his interest in things. It's not that uncommon on the internet either. People make such a big deal about it, but it's like, I know a lot of people like that. Especially people who play WoW, like, they'll come at very distinct times and then they'll be gone again, you know, it's like always the same pattern. Look at fucking Tokes. Jude was around like every single hour of every single day for like 2 months and then he was just gone again. The weird thing about these guys is they're just not attacking this mob, and I don't know why. I believe they're excellent players, but they don't seem to ever switch to that thing, and I don't know why. That's me. I leave and come back. Yeah, it's pretty normal. I guess he sucks the ad, and the AoE he does gets amplified. Yeah, that's what I would say it looks like as well. Lagging. In game, I guess. There's the minecart. This way. I like to give WoW a break. The game doesn't require constant play to be enjoyable. I agree. Well, I guess that sounds stupid for me to say I agree, considering I don't really ever take a break, but the way I take a break is by doing like leveling challenges and shit. It honestly feels like a different game. Or just like playing Classic instead. The icon for that was cool. Little steering wheel. Yeah, that was really neat. Okay, that sounds like it's gonna hurt. Not too bad. Probably because they nerf fortified though. Is that new? Yeah, that's new, definitely. Leveling in Classic is so nice sometimes. I know, I fucking love it. Every once in a while, it's just so chill. But it's also boring. I can't do it for too long. If it wasn't for my private server thing, I'd probably never get characters to 60 anymore. It just takes way too long, even on like SOD or something. Although I never really tried SOD. I really wish the community wasn't absolutely awful in Classic. I would like to try the changes they made to SOD, but I don't think there's any realms that I would be like totally alone on that I could try it, right? And even if I could, like most of the changes they made are like group gameplay shit besides the runes. Like I want to try out like the profession shit that they did, but you can't really just get that stuff on your own. Okay, we're getting hit by a lot of stuff. Guess we should have combined the previous pack into this pack. Earth Bust Totem. Oh shit. Okay. Maybe we don't want to pull both of these at once. I'm sure what they actually do. They switched that totem, so I guess that one is lethal. Yeah, for real. That's what. No idea what that was. Oh shit! It's almost 4 o'clock already. I was so used to runs not finishing. I had no. I gotta get going. We're almost done though, so I should be able to finish it. I got like probably less than 20 minutes left. Are these guys talking to each other? Is it like weak wars? Separate? Is that what they're saying? I mean, I don't even. How would you even separate these? Just like pull them back, I guess. When you got fucking 3 DKs, I guess that's a good option. Doesn't look like the timer or separate helps much. First key almost finished, almost timed. Yeah, if I had any idea what the fuck was going on in that room, we probably would have had no problem. Right, I have no idea how to say that name, but thank you, my friend, for subscribing. Aaron Cochin as well before we subbed.
Open your mind to the whispers.
It's a very strange ending of Crash. These mobs are like the hardest mobs in the dungeon, it looks like. Can't wait to play Spires of Ascension again, unless one mob only. Ah, you remember that? That was a very strange dungeon.
Open your mind to the whispers.
Maybe like, oh, there's the boss. I see. I say, can we skip this pack? I guess we'll finish it at least, hopefully. I don't think we have count, though. Which is very strange, because I guess there's only those side packs. That's the only optional trash in the whole dungeon, really. Actually, no, I think both of these packs gave 5%. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, we don't have count. Like 4% each, it looks like. Get some mana. This one I don't remember at all. Something to do with these voids, I remember that much. I'm supposed to stack those. Oh, hey Metric is coming in and wondering what you think of the new tank nerfs. Yeah, I'll have a whole video on it tomorrow at this point. Stay tuned. That guy DC or something? He's just like running around in circles. I don't know anything about this fight. That guy's just gone. This fight doesn't seem very hard though. If we're doing it with 3 people, no problem. Oh, well, we were. It fixes the hardest part about having 3 people, I guess. I have no idea how this fight works though. Don't feel like I learned anything, especially since these guys are talking fucking German or some shit. I can't figure out what they're instructing me on. You have to pull near the door. Dot will hurt more and more. I don't understand that fight at all. Alright, well, I guess at least we got to see the whole dungeon. So that's it. I gotta get off. I will be back next week for more streaming. We'll see what happens with the PTR, or with the pre-patch. I highly doubt it'll be Tuesday. I imagine it'll be down all day. But if for some reason it is, then I'll be back Tuesday. And if not, Wednesday, and I'm just going to do live keys the whole time. So I want to see how my actual Blood DK plays with these changes. But for now, we have a good baseline for our thoughts, and we will be back with the video on that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.